Cheers. Pretty good. Hello everyone, Fancy here. You're watching FANTAVISION. I'm joined with SBS.
Hello, it's me.
And today, I know we've covered the photo lab before with Eric, but Eric didn't have nearly the same experience.
He didn't know shit.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're right. He really didn't know a whole lot compared to you, because did he have to do... So let's dive into what the photo center was like before I started working there, because it was a completely different beast.
Yeah, when you started working at the photo center, it was post... I can't remember the exact term they used for it, but I want to say it was like upgrade or whatever. Because they did a
like
big...
the remodel?
Remodel. That's probably the better way to put it. So the remodel, they deemed us as like a tier 3 or whatever, 3C or something store, and with that, when they gave us our new machines, because they got rid of the HPs, I think, and they gave us all Fuji stuff.
Or yeah.
It was one or the other. They either got rid of Fuji and got HPs, or they got rid of the HPs and gave us Fuji, because we had a mix before, and then they just gave us all new things of one company. I want to say it's Fuji.
I think it's Fuji.
It is Fuji, because those
right.
new monitors, yeah.
Well, the monitors were Fuji?
Yeah, the little help kiosks, those are all Fuji too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they got rid of the HP stuff. Anyway, when they deemed us like a tier 3C or whatever it was, they got rid of all the art materials, so poster prints, canvas. So it got rid of all of our art materials basically. I don't need to go through the individual things now.
Yeah.
But yeah, before you started with us, it was a pretty cool place. Got paid for some reason like 20 cents less than electronics, even though if you worked in Photo Center, you were expected to help with electronics too, but it wasn't the other way around, which is why Eric didn't really have the experience
that doesn't
in
make
Photo
sense.
Center.
So
yeah, you can't just like stand in Photo Center all day. That was their whole thing.
But you're getting paid less.
But you're getting paid less, and the people in electronics were either afraid to go over to Photo Center, too lazy to do it, or they just kind of like was some combination of the two.
See, I tried to spend as much time as I could in Photo Center, because at least it was somewhat interesting, and I was doing something.
Mm-hmm.
I loved when I had to like do stuff in Walmart, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
that don't involve the customers or just stocking.
Right, Photo Center was a pretty fun place to work overall, as long as you're not dealing with the management, which I'll get to in a minute.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, after you came, it was already dead. It was no longer a fun Photo Center. If you go to most of Walmarts now, it's like you try to order a poster print, something they could have printed out for you within 5 minutes. You know, it's supposed to be like within 24 hours you get it, but it prints right away. And if they don't get it to you right away, it's because they're lazy shits. Yeah, but they don't do that anymore. I actually just ordered some stuff for my tournament scene I run, and I had to wait 5 days for it to ship to the store. And it's like, it's only 18 or 16 by 20 print.
Yeah.
Just print it out here. But they don't have it anymore. Good job,
That's
Walmart.
so stupid. Why did they get rid of that? I mean, they already have the printer there.
Well, the big art printers were from HP, and they...
Oh, because they switched.
Pretty sure they went, exclusive to Fuji.
Why? Did Fuji offer them money or something? Like, that doesn't make sense.
I don't know.
It's not like when you pick up your photos provided by Fuji. There's no advertisements for Fuji.
The back of the photos have Fuji all over it, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, if you look at, like, the not actual, the picture, but you just flip it over.
Do you think Walmart did it because Fuji offered a better deal, or like that's really weird to me that they would?
Yeah,
switch for one
Fuji
company.
probably wanted to be exclusive, is what I'm assuming, but there's no way to tell. Like, we're not upper management, so we'll never know the reasons behind their decisions, and anything that your direct supervisors give you is just as bullshit as anything else what we'd say right now.
Yep.
So, pretty garbage, right?
Pretty garbage.
Get rid of all
stupid.
the cool stuff.
Yeah.
But when I was working there, I worked in Photo Center for about 3 years before I went to wireless for my last like 11 months to a year.
Wow, you're only there for that long in wireless.
Yeah. I knew how to do wireless stuff because I would go up there and cover lunches and stuff, but I wasn't on the pay grade, which was the annoying part, as the other wireless people until shortly before you arrived.
That's so annoying.
Yeah,
I don't get that.
Well, it's just because why would they hire another person for wireless when they don't have to? I think it was when a couple people left and they started to do a wireless makeover that I was able to get in there because it's like, no, I already know how to do this. You don't even have to train me.
Yeah.
I just put me in, coach. I've done contracts.
Yeah. Which honestly, you learn it really quick.
It's easy.
I mean, if you're not a Mongoloid, you get it.
Yeah, you click the button, and you follow the prompts, and then you read the thing out loud to the customer.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
The most difficult part about wireless was either a problem that you really couldn't figure out, which rarely happened. Usually it was really simple.
Calling India.
Calling the freaking support lines were the worst. I remember I spent a solid 4 to 5 hours of one of my shifts on the phone.
Yeah. There was one shift that I think I finished. I was on hold for 4.5 to 6 hours. I'm like, this customer wants this phone done today. My shift's over, and I think I passed it off to you.
I think you're right.
And then they never even actually picked up. That person in that department just never picked up, and we had to do it the next day.
Yep.
So I think the total hold time was over 8 hours. So we're going home.
How does that happen? Like, that's ridiculous.
Call centers.
Oh
But
my god.
yeah, so I got brought into wireless my last year, and which gets paid more than electronics, even though,
It's less.
didn't
work.
make any sense.
It's
So
so much better.
for
than
me, it was
wireless.
like
I loved it.
It was like a 40 cents to 60 cent raise going from photo to wireless. And it's like, cool. Now I can go back to do the stuff that I've been doing, but get paid more for no reason at all.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah. But with the photo center before I moved into wireless, which half the reason I moved into wireless is because there was nothing to do anymore.
Yeah.
There was some really cool stuff. Like the canvas making was really, really neat because you actually would order the frames from the distributor. Normally it was someone else, like you just tell the manager and they would order the stuff. But eventually the managers got so bad or just too lazy that it fell on us to do it. So Hugh Jackman was generally the one ordering them once the managers got tired of doing it.
Once they get tired of doing their job.
Exactly. Once they don't want to do anything but get paid more, that's when it falls to us. But it's kind of cool, ordering inventory and all that, and
Yeah.
having it come in, keeping track of stuff, keeping track of the ink. And when you make a canvas, it's like it comes in these like broken apart frames with some nails that you can push in.
Well, this is a lot. You really have to put all this stuff together.
Yeah, it was. They would print out a giant thing with maybe about a half inch on any direction that was just extra that was meant to be cut off. Mm-hmm. When you fill it out on the kiosk, it actually show you it's like this part will get cut off, and it's like because the frames it needs to wrap around the frames. What you would do is you would set it up. You'd have like the wooden pieces and frame it up. Take the adhesive off and basically hook them together. Fold them up together, put in the nail, etc., etc. And there was some stuff to keep the frames taut on the inside, like an inside little bracket. Not hard, but very easy to mess up at the same time.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like it. There's a lot of different steps.
Yeah, like it was very simple, but also the simple things, and when it comes to having limited supplies, they're really easy to mess up, and the customer is going to expect, because they're going to Walmart, but they're expecting something flawless, So I always kind of took the extra time and did those. And during holiday seasons, God, there was one year that I had 18 canvases in one day.
Wow.
So my entire 8-hour shift was just making canvases.
But that must have made your time go by.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
Because I was like, hey, take care of the customers and sell them things. I'm going to be back here. Let me do this.
That was the best. That's what I think a lot of people don't understand. They're like, oh, you just hated doing work. It's like, no, I don't like dealing with the idiot customers at Walmart.
Or what actually bothered me more about Walmart was when I had customers that were smart, it was fine. When I had customers that were idiots, it was annoying.
Yeah.
But more importantly, when I had no customers.
That's true. That's the worst.
It's the worst because you try to find things to do.
Yeah.
You zone and you kill time, and then the 1 second you take a break, someone walks by and asks why you're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I just had a rush of customers, or I just did all this, but they don't see that. They don't care.
It's so ridiculous.
I hated not having work more than I did hating having bad customers.
I agree. Yeah, I agree. I found myself constantly trying to figure out stuff to do. We were doing odd jobs all the time. We
Oh,
were
yeah, I'd
helping-
go to different departments and
Yeah,
get in
we
trouble
did.
for going to different departments
we-
because I would do their work.
We did like we went like, everywhere in the store. It
Mm-hmm.
was ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah, I knew how to sell licenses for some of the outdoor stuff. So like
I was
fishing
getting
licenses.
taught that.
And, yeah,
I wasn't getting taught that as before I quit.
I knew how to make keys. I didn't really do it ever. I usually just let someone else do it if they came in because I didn't want to mess it up.
Yeah.
But I knew how to do it if there was no one else there. I knew how to grab things from the horrifying back room.
Yeah.
And I knew how to look things up, et cetera, et cetera. Like, I knew how to
Yeah.
do everything in that store.
But they don't care.
Yeah, they don't care.
that
Because
you
the second that you stop doing something or the second that you take some sort of, like, a breather or, say hi to a coworker that came in, it's like, oh, hey, what time are you here today? And then someone goes, what are you two doing? Stop talking. It's like, they just got here.
Yeah,
The fuck?
it's ridiculous.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we're getting a little off track.
A little off track.
A little off track, but
That's
we're
fine.
talking about Photo Center, right? So
Yeah.
there was a lot of really cool things, like the canvases, posters were easy. There's mounted photos where you had special tools like rollers that you would roll over the photo so it didn't damage the print.
Oh, yeah, I remember those.
And to make sure there was no bubbles or anything, you had to cut off the extras with like a pizza cutter, basically.
See, I think I remember that.
The pizza cutter was the way that you messed up most of the things, honestly. Because the pizza cutters are really sharp, and if you did it at the wrong angle,
Yeah.
then you could cut into the frame of the mounted
I've
photos.
seen people
or,
do that.
Yeah. You could also cut up your own hand if you were bad. But I don't think I saw anyone do that, but I have...
If you're bad.
Yeah, if you're bad. But I've cut into the wood frame of one of the canvases before, because I didn't do it perfect every time, but I was better than everyone else in the department.
Yeah.
I
didn't do very many. I think I did like one or two, and
Yeah.
I don't think I cut the...
I don't think I let you cut things.
I don't think I let you cut things.
Yeah.
Well, when you weren't working,
Well,
I
then
think
you
I
had
cut a
Huge
couple.
Jackman, yeah.
No, I didn't work with Huge Jackman.
Ever?
Ever. He was gone.
Wowzers.
Or he was like on his last day or two, I think, when I was working there.
Wow.
Yeah, he was on his way out. You'd already...
Pour one out for Huge.
Well, it's not, he's not dead. I mean,
I know, but like it was dead to you.
he was gone.
Yeah.
And I barely got to know him, unfortunately. I think I worked with him a couple times. Like, this guy's really cool. Oh, and he's gone.
Yeah. There was a cool thing. So a lot of the stuff you learned in the photo center was either self-taught by trial by fire.
Yeah.
You have an order coming, and you're like, well, we have a lot of extra stuff right now. There was a person, I'm gonna call her Rock. There was Rock who taught me how to do a couple of the small things. I was like, we have a lot of extra supplies. You're a photo center person. Do it. Because, she knew I'd mess up the first time. So it was usually like, okay. Or sometimes we'd even print out our own things and make a test one.
So The Rock was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Rock. Dude, The Rock was one of the coolest people there. She didn't talk much, but when she did say something, it was usually hilarious. Is one of those kind of people.
Well, that's cool. So that's cool. I'm sad again that I didn't work with another cool person. I feel like I was just dealt the worst hand when it came to working at Walmart. I mean, I had you and Eric.
And then we had that one dipshit that cheated on his wife.
With dumbass.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to work with him either. It was like 2 people I wanted to work with, and that's it.
Yeah.
All the rest, I was like, can I get sent to wireless and I don't have to deal with these idiots? Please. It's so great, because you'd be the only one up there, and it's quiet.
Oh, you play Pocket Mortys.
You play Pocket Mortys. I knew you were going to bring it up. You used to play some Pocket Mortys.
Yeah, Photo Center was also really cool back then because we had, when HP was around, they had a rep. The HP rep would show up and teach you how to do new things. Like we have
That's cool.
new products, and then, they should teach us things.
We never had a Fuji rep.
No, the Fuji guy came by just to fix the monitors that always broke down.
Yeah, why did they get Fuji? Shit. We constantly had the printers not working. We constantly had the monitors not working.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, think about it now. Like, thinking back, we had so many issues.
The HP machines were so nice.
I don't remember ever a time where all the printers were working at the same time. I feel like it was always one that was not working.
That actually reminds me, so before you came, the main printer, the one that did like the 4x6 images and the 8x10s, we got a new one around the time you came.
Yeah.
But the one before was awesome because it was a Fuji thing and it would break down sometimes, but like it was a workhorse. It had a whole like rotating automatic. It would drop the prints and then the next thing would go. You know, like it would have like up to 10 orders in it, so you just grab them and they did like 50 cool. At a time. But cleaning it was really cool because you go up and you're like digging in through the top, you know, grabbing the little sponges that get all the extra ink. So you go to the break room and spend like 10 minutes just cleaning, washing off the ink. And it's like, what are you doing? It's like, you don't need to know. Idiot.
Is that what you did to people?
Yeah, just like photo center stuff. Why the fuck are you talking to me?
Photo center business. Move along.
Yeah, piss off, you twat. But so there was that, and there was some other cool stuff. Like the food or the HP lady gave us some of our best laughs because she was kind of like, she was crazy.
Oh.
But like not like super crazy, but you know there was just like she was a little obsessed with what she did, which is a good thing.
She's passionate about her job.
She was passionate about her work, and when she would teach you how to do things, like for example, I was like, this person hasn't done a canvas before. And she's like, oh, I can teach you that, blah, 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 because she had, like, test stuff with her. So we weren't going to get in trouble for, you know, using extra supplies.
Yeah.
And so when she taught how to do, like, a new mounted photo or whatever, because everything goes up, like, face down, she had this thing where she was like, and now you lift and turn. Lift and turn. And that was one of the things we used to say all the time to each other. It's like, make sure you lift and turn.
If you don't, you're screwed up.
Yeah, they're gonna send that HP lady after you. Kick your ass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't experience any of that.
Yeah. But it came with, like, because it did have semi-complicated stuff when we were working in Walmart.
Yeah.
It came with some setbacks from people and things outside of your control. So you're in the photo center, right? And you're like, okay, my shift ends in 20 minutes. I've got to make sure this is done before dipshit over there takes over for me, and I have to come in at 8 in the morning the next day because it's like a Saturday shift or whatever, and fix his mistakes. So that was always like, you never knew what you were signing up for when you came in the morning on a weekend.
Even back then, most people were incompetent.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. So remember useless manager, that guy. But yeah, so the useless one. He was the biggest offender of it, and I can understand not knowing how to do like maybe like a poster or mounted photo, that kind of thing. But he had issues with the 4x6 prints. And remember how I said the machine rotated? So like it would put like 50 prints at a time, and then it would go to the next thing, and then it would put 50 prints for like the 4x6s and the 5x7s.
Yeah.
And then you'd have to trim off the 5x7 extra part. So if you got like a 200 print order, that would be on, obviously since it's 50 each, 1, 2, 3, 4 different slots.
Yep. And
it printed out a name card and a barcode. Stupid easy.
Just keep it together.
Just keep it together.
Yeah.
Dipshit didn't know how to do that. And there was...
How?
There was one day in particular, I remember coming in the morning, and there were photos spread out all over the place. And by the way, if you lost track of where a photo was from, you could look at the people's orders in the computer.
Yeah, you can. You can look at all the photos. And
yeah, super
I had
easy.
to do that tons of times because somebody screwed it up.
Yeah, it's like, this goes in this one, this goes in this one. And so sometimes I'd have to come in and, be like, okay, Jesus Christ, this one goes with this order, print out a new label. But there was one, just photos everywhere. And then, the little, like, adhesive envelopes we had?
Yeah.
They, like, folded over each other. Would hold, like, maybe up, like, 150 prints. Mm-hmm. Something like that. One of those was open, looked a little crumpled, had the name, like, labels that print off the label maker, was over the part that folds over. So even if you did close it, it would have just looked like shit.
Yeah.
It's just like a nightmare. Like someone like had a panic attack episode over trying to put together a single print order. And so with Captain Dipshit, I eventually, because this happened I worked in Photo Center over the course of 3 years.
Yeah.
And he was one of the department managers for wireless pretty much that entire time, I think. Yeah, because he was like that when I was still on cart crew. So over the course of these 3 years, as I'm, more confident with myself, I know what I'm doing, and I hate more people, like I start seeing the light.
Yeah.
Eventually, I got to a point, because he would get like upset about it. Like he would, if you called him out on anything, he would like try to play the victim.
That's so annoying.
Yeah, and it's like he tries to make you feel bad for saying you fucked up on something really easy. You're a dumbass.
Yeah.
And he's supposed to be a department manager. I banned that idiot from the photo center.
You banned the department. So he was the department manager of photo?
Of wireless.
Of wireless.
Yeah.
But he also had reign over photo.
Yeah, actually, it was wireless and photo. Yeah, it was both.
So you banned him from his own department.
I made it so he was not allowed to step foot inside of the photo center. And that was like that for a while. And then I was like, well, you can come in here, but you can't touch any of the orders. Because you fuck up everything. You make my life harder. You don't know what you're doing. And it worked out pretty well for the most part. Because if I caught him doing it, like, touching, that's like, what are you doing? Idiot. Yeah. But yeah, so, I mean,
that's great.
We didn't respect him anyway. He was an idiot.
Yeah, he was an idiot.
But
I don't think anybody really respected him. I don't know how the hell he got his position, and even customers were like, how is this the manager?
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, so
what is happening?
When it came to having him in that department, banning him was probably one of the best things I ever did, and I can't believe it worked. Because if, someone tried to ban me and I was the manager because I have a brain, that'd be like, the fuck are you talking about?
I'm the manager.
Let's go talk to the store manager right now. I'm going to have you fired or written up or something for even suggesting that. Or maybe not that extreme, but just like, hello?
No?
Excuse me? Go somewhere else. I'm taking over today.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
But he just went along with it.
Yeah, he went along with it.
Well, it's because he's not a manager.
And,
he's not a leader.
He was
at all.
He was a department manager, which wasn't an assistant manager. It was like so there's the lemmings, there's the department manager lemmings that are right here. There's the assistant managers that are like, yeah. Then there's the co-manager, and then there's the store manager. And then you have like district, and keeps going. But like he was like in terms of pay grade and authority, so it makes sense, I guess. And that stuck all the way through when I left for the wireless center.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, it's funny. Nobody respected him. I told him off a couple times as well. He didn't like that. I think he talked to other managers because, like, higher ups, because I told him off. I think you told me about that. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Somebody warned me that he was trying to like get me in trouble, but nobody really cared about me. I mean, half the managers don't remember me even working there. Did I tell you about that?
Yeah.
Did Eric tell you about that?
Yeah, they didn't even know you like worked there.
We went back and Rick Cole. I'm gonna change one letter. Rick Cole.
Ricola.
Didn't even remember my name, and she was our manager.
She was always like super stressed out.
She was.
She like almost always seemed like she was on the verge of tears.
But I talked to her like a decent amount.
Yeah, she was cool.
She was cool. She's a really cool manager. And yeah, she seemed like she was always just on the verge.
She was like Winona Ryder of the first season of Stranger Things.
I don't remember.
The mom, Will's mom.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
She's like always was like,
yeah.
Will?
I always felt bad for her. Like, what was going on in her life besides working at Walmart?
Working at Walmart and trying to have a living with kids.
Oh, did she have kids?
Yeah. Oh. And a husband.
I knew nothing about her personal life.
Oh.
I just talked to her about work.
That's probably why she didn't remember you.
Yeah, it's a good point. I didn't really... Because I don't think I worked there long enough to really develop even a working relationship with anybody. And I feel like everybody knew that I was just there to make money and then leave. They're like, oh, you're here and you just got your degree. Okay, well, we know why you're here, so we're not going to really pay attention to you. It's like whenever
we have other lives to ruin.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was funny. We found the back roads to the internet on this.
And it was actually it was great because it was through the photo center. Yeah. What you had to do is you went to the Walmart.com. It was like an app on this portal thing.
Yeah.
And when you went to the photo center section of it, if you right clicked and saved, or it was like
found this.
It was either Eric, Alex, or me.
What a crazy exploit!
Yeah, because like it broke. Like when they did an update, it broke, and we had to find a new way. And I think I was the person that found the new way in. But yeah, so you like right clicked and saved a photo, and instead of saving it, you decided to open it. and that opened a web browser out of their app. And it's like, oh, cool. Well, I'm going to browse Best Buy. I'm going to browse Teavana.
Amazon.
Yeah,
back when Teavana existed.
Yeah.
Do they still exist?
No, well, Starbucks bought them, so Teavana sells like a total of 6 teas now, when they used to have like 100 something.
Yeah, I remember we used to flip through the pages and go, when we get a good job,
we'll buy all this.
And then they shut down before.
Yeah, Starbucks totally killed that place.
God damn it.
But yeah, so we'd go on there when there was no customers, or there's only so much sweeping you could do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I ever swept unless somebody was like, hey, you should sweep. Okay.
I did when I was really, really, really bored and I didn't want to sit anymore.
Yeah, that's true. I would get up occasionally, walk around, look at things, peek my head out, go, oh, this is bright, I don't like it. And then I go back in my cave. That's how I felt. It was so nice and dim, and I just felt so comfortable in there. I could have easily taken a nap.
I think I had fallen asleep once for a little bit.
Yeah?
Yeah. Not for very long, maybe like 15 minutes.
Did you get caught?
No.
That makes it so much better. That shows you how little people went into wireless. So, back to Photo Center, though.
Yeah.
Because we were talking about Photo Center. So, I remember you talked about because not only were there poster prints, but there was, like, the rug prints.
Oh, the rug?
What was that like?
Well, the rugs were something that were always shipped to us. We didn't do the rugs. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you told me you did the rugs.
Oh no, I wanted to get a sample rug because they had one hanging in the.
Yeah.
I wanted to get it of like all of our faces.
That'd be great.
And I think I talked about the hit list, haven't I?
I don't remember, and it's been so long since we talked about the Photo Center. I think it's fine if we bring it up again.
Okay. So there was this thing that we called a hit list, or I called it a hit list.
Hit list.
And it was, so bringing up the rug with the faces on it reminded me. We would get pictures with old, rusty, crusty Santa Claus with a Bluetooth in his ear, but like the entire department. And so we started doing those, and I would save them in the photo center. And I put them on the inside of the little door with a magnet. And when someone got fired, I would cross their face off the picture.
That's so good.
And then if they quit, I just put a little check mark through them. It's like, they did it. Good job, buddy.
But if they get fired, it's like, oh, wow. They even got fired from Walmart.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Another one bites the dust. But yeah, when the new photo center equipment came in, there were 3 photos inside of it. Most of the people were crossed out, and it was actually really depressing for me to see.
Wow.
Because I was still in all of them. I'm like, well, this is really sad. But most of the people have been fired. Only one of them quit. Yeah. But when they did the switch, they had like the managers help move things out, and the co-manager found those photos apparently, and he told I think he told Hugh Jackman or Eric, one of the others, like, you guys can't do this. We didn't get in trouble. They found him. You can't do this. Like,
so great. That's so great. You can't keep track of who's getting fired and who makes it.
It was funny as shit.
That's great.
And then we had the whiteboard where we would write stupid things to, like messages.
I remember the whiteboard now.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. There was a whiteboard. We just write random ass stuff.
And speaking of the whiteboard, that dipshit manager that I banned at one point took away the whiteboard. So you know what Eric did?
He bought one?
He bought one and put it up there, and the dipshit tried to take it away. And he was like, no, I bought that. That's my own personal property, and if you take that, I will throw a hissy fit or something like that. Like, bring it up with management or whatever.
Yep.
And he's like, and had to back off. Because we would write stupid things that the customers couldn't see because there was a wall, right? There was a big file cabinet, and then the whiteboard was right here. Yep. Under a lip, under that wall. It was like tucked away in a corner. No one could see it except for our employees.
I remember that.
We'd draw pictures of like Sonic and be like, way past cool, or something like that. And it's just, or we'd like leave love messages to each other. Yeah. And dipshit didn't like that. He didn't like us having fun.
I don't get that. There's so many Hitler Youth of Walmart. I don't get it. Why do you care that other people are having fun? I guess it's just the little power they have in their lives they have to exploit while they're at work in Walmart. God, people are sad.
All that matters, man.
People are sad. Did you ever see anything terrible? Because that's what we talked about. in the photo lab. We both saw terrible photos. I saw somebody's limp dick, unfortunately.
Oh, I didn't see any dick pics, but I did see I saw a couple things. I think the one that burned in my brain the worst was someone that had breast cancer, and like had like part of like their other one removed, and they were like trying to print out photos of that, and it's like, I don't want to see this.
Wait, what? What now?
Like they had part of their like breast removed.
Yeah.
And then so like they had like a topless photo, and or an old person, like a really old person, and they were taking those photos, obviously for some sort of medical reason, but it's like, I can't print that here. It's got nudity and it's horrifying to me.
Yeah.
So I was
like post surgery.
Yeah. And the guy's like, "Oh, it's probably because it's got a picture of a good one in there, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah. Why would you do that to me? If you know."
I never get that. I never got that. Like, I don't think I ever had. I think there was a dispute or like a whole thing at one point where somebody was trying to print out like almost nude pictures. I think you were there for that.
Oh, with the kid.
I don't know if it was the kid. I don't remember that.
There was one with
Michael Jackson was trying to print out some pictures, or what?
No, there was someone, and I know they brought it to the police. So like this has already been reported and all that. Because like it was like pictures of what appeared to be like their own kid, like bathtub photos. But like I didn't see the pictures. I wasn't there for when it happened, but I heard the story of it. Hugh Jackman was telling me about it. It's like there were like toys that could have been not child toys in the pictures. So it was like there was no nudity, but it was also really weird and borderline. Like it was bad to the point where they called the authorities on it.
Wow.
And I don't know whatever came of it, obviously.
Oh my god.
I'm down here.
Yeah.
They're up there. But yeah, that one was a weird one. And then the only other thing is like I would sometimes get like pictures of people like drug paraphernalia. It's like,
why would you try to get that printed?
I don't know. It was like
no.
I there was no way I could prove that they were drugs, so I sold it to him. I told the manager, like, "You see this? Like, yeah, nothing we can do."
I don't get why they didn't print them on the instant prints. We can't see what's going on with the instant prints.
Right. Yeah.
We can't control what's printed on the instant print. Do it on that. You're handing something to somebody. They're gonna see what's on that. Yeah,
because you printed it to the big printer. They printed behind the desk.
Yeah, which we see. We're supposed to go through all the photos. We made it honestly the most interesting job.
Oh yeah, because it was part of the job requirement to go through the photos.
Which was honestly like it sounds creepy, but it was like my favorite part. Because it was like, oh, I get to look at people's vacation photos, look at all the different vistas.
You get to look at people being happy.
Yeah,
that's weird.
It's like, oh wow, I wish I was being happy right now. Look at how happy these people are. Wow.
It's so dense. Every picture has so much going on.
So much going on. Yeah. It was just like escapism from Walmart. You pretended you were not in Walmart for the few minutes it took to make sure there was nothing awful in your pictures, and then you're back into it. And you're like,
I started being able to do it, and instead of just like going through the photos themselves, just going on the computer screen, because you could look at like 20 of them all at once.
You could look at a bunch, yeah. It didn't take long.
Really fast to go through. Like, neat.
Yeah.
I didn't see a dick in that one.
Thank God. Yeah, the thing is I didn't see the dick when. So nobody was trying to print it. They had their phone plugged in.
Oh yeah.
I was helping them figure out how to plug in their phone, and I'm like. And it was like an older person, so I didn't think I was going to get anything. Older
people are the worst when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I couldn't tell the age of the person in the photo. I don't think they were old. I don't know what was going on. I was like, why? Why did you make me see that? This is... Why? Why are you... You know it's on your phone!
They look up at you? That do anything for you?
There's like an old woman.
Hey, Sonny.
There's like this dude taking a picture of himself in the mirror. I'm like, what?
Good for her.
I guess.
She did it.
I guess. What the hell?
She's catfishing some dude online.
Who wants a dick pic?
So one thing that we did really briefly touch on was most of the things they printed behind the desk, and we had to get them and go through them ourselves. The one or two times I remember having customers instead of finding one of us, because like I said, Photo Center had to go, help out with electronics.
Yeah.
So if electronics had one person or 0 people, the Photo Center was on the electronics floor and photo was no longer a priority.
Yeah.
So there's an open counter. There was no door or anything, which I always kind of hated.
For the Photo Center?
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I wanted some sort of swivel thing to
We ended up putting like a chain, and I think that chain was there when you were there.
But we never really had it up.
I did. Because
While you were working?
Yeah. Well, when I wasn't in there. When I left,
I
hook it.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, because like customers would just kind of wander back
Exactly.
there. It's like, do you really think you're supposed to be back there right now? There's a register.
Like, why are you there? There's lots of people's pictures and personal shit here. You could break my stuff. Well, not my stuff, but you make it harder for me to work.
Yeah.
Which is more important to me than breaking the thing.
Yeah.
And then like maybe they grab some photos that aren't theirs, and maybe they're the ones that throw it on the table and fuck it up for me in the morning.
Yeah.
So we started like experimenting with ways to block people out with like a chain, because we had I don't know who it was, but I think the maintenance guy like drilled it in there for us when we were telling the managers we were having problems with it. And so we had a photo lab is closed sign that we would hook it to, and then eventually we got it just like straight across the same like the little gap.
Yeah.
Just because it's like customers didn't understand. They needed a physical barrier to prove to them that they weren't allowed back there.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like there's very large equipment for, Walmart scale.
Yeah.
And there's nothing in there that screams customers should be here.
Yeah, I never understood. It's not like you walk behind a register and just start messing with stuff. Why would you think that you can go into that area?
If I'm in a regular lane at checkout in the front, and there is a open lane, and next to it is closed, I don't walk behind the person at the open lane to like grab something from from somewhere. Like I don't go behind someone that's actively working behind a register, because it's just like awkward. It's weird. There's money there. As a customer, I feel weird about it. So why the fuck would you go into my house?
Yeah, I don't get that.
It's my home.
It's like your home.
It's like walking into where they are. Instead of just walking behind the cashiers, it's like walking into a little like cubby with them. It's like, hi,
it is, because
what's up?
It's obvious there's a counter there. There's that little gap to go in.
Yeah. And sometimes I would get there before they made it out. I'd be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I like stand at the entrance like, you can't be back here. I'll take care of that for you.
You banned them from the area like the department manager?
Well, because when people did that, I over the last 2 to 3 years, I was okay being rude to stupid customers.
Yeah.
If they were idiots like that, I would actively be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Get out. Because those are the kind of dipshits that even if they complained about you, it would be obvious to the managers that they're morons.
Yeah,
so
I've
eventually,
had,
If they're rude, I'll be rude to them too.
It's fair. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have to just take shit, and that's something I learned when I was working retail too. I'm like, I'm done. I'm done dealing with people's bullshit. I'm not gonna just sit here and say nothing.
And it made the customers that weren't idiots, that were nice, that got help from you.
Yep.
It made them like you more because they could tell you were being a real human being with it, instead of going like, "Hi, I'm gonna sell you a TV today."
Isn't it called like the In-N-Out smile? Is that
the In-N-Out smile, yeah. Because they're like, it's like plastered on their faces, and if they stop smiling, they get shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a third world country in In-N-Out.
You get an In-N-Out, and you're like, oh, your food and everything's great. And oh god, is that a dead body back there? They're dragging.
I see the dead soul size, but they're smiling, so I guess it's okay. But yeah, no, I think that should do it for about now. I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. I know there's more stories, there always is, but as I was mentioning to you before we started the video, it's like, I worked there for so long, just about 5 years. It's all deeply repressed in my memory banks, and having a beer while talking about it gets some of it out.
Yeah.
But it's like, you know how some people need like years of therapy to clear their mind of all that shit?
Uh-huh.
I feel like every time we go in, we're just getting a little bit further, and like, just, come on, Steven, get out of there.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember some things like as we're talking about it. And I've talked about Walmart for a long time now, so you think everything would have come out, but there's still a lot that will just randomly like, oh yeah, you're right, like the fucking whiteboard.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. So.
Oh, and there was like, another thing just popped in my head. Pickle Chew Libre.
What now?
there was in the wireless center we had a Pikachu plush that was just sitting there, and like Pokken came out, the first version of it.
This sounds familiar. I think I was there for this.
Yeah, Pickle Chew Libre was there until the wireless center died, and then I think we salvaged him and put him in a photo underneath the register area.
I remember that.
Eric kept going like, it's Pickle Chew, and I don't remember if it was him or me, but one of us put receipt tape over his face and punched holes in it, so it's Pickle Chew Libre because he had a mask.
So Pickle Chew Libre, yeah, there's a lot of
little dumb shit like that.
Fun little dumb shit.
Yeah.
When it comes to Photo Center, so I'll ask one more time. Anything else pop in your mind? Or should we close it out?
Probably close it out. There's something that popped in my mind about like working in the toys area, but that's a whole different story.
Toys, we haven't really done an episode on that, so we could totally do a toys episode in the future.
Toys is a nightmare.
Well, look forward to that nightmare in the future. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching, everyone. If you guys
as always.
If you like the video,
leave
that like down below. Comment down below if you've had any experience with any photo center in any store. I know Walgreens still has like a photo center. They still take rolls of film.
Yeah, they actually do
still
things.
have rolls of film.
Oh, there was one thing that I didn't talk about. It's the slide photos.
What do you mean slide? Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Those were awesome, man.
How did you process those?
Maybe a different episode, or do you want to do it now?
Yeah, we'll do the different episode, the slide photos. Yeah. Okay.
Slide photos.
All right, we'll do that.
I forgot you need to shill, so I kind of cut you off earlier. Let's try this again.
I don't really shill much. I just kind of,
You got to give instructions.
You like it, subscribe for more content, all that sort of stuff. You've got a Twitter.
Yeah.
And you got a game about furries.
Furry Fetish Fighters.
Furry Fetish Fighters.
Follow me here at SBS Rivals on Twitter. Rivals Ether. It's a pretty cool game. I'm organizing a national league of grassroots events. There's already a circuit of developer-sponsored events that, gives some really, really nice pot bonuses and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But when they leave the game or, they're cutting down on them this season, we want to make sure we have something of our own. We want to make sure that we're self-sustainable because, leaning on a crutch of some developers can be nice because they throw some amazing events. But my goal is to make it so that these little local scenes can do what, Project M, Melee, Smash 4 to an extent, though Ultimate Smash 4 has gotten huge to the point where they don't really need the grassroots as much.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's the whole point is to get those smaller guys rising up for the future and longevity of the game. I also run a tournament scene in Arizona. Very cool, so check it out.
Thanks for watching, everyone. And as always, have a fantastic day. See you guys.